And Shalom, Shalom, Kohalayim La, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rakakudash. This is Isaiah 33:1. It says, Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Alright. So it says, woe to them that spoil, spoil going into destroying. That's what the so-called white man does. He destroys everything. This is Revelation 6:4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. The so-called white man was placed in a position of rulership. The earth was given to the hand of the wicked. It says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. That great sword was only given to Esau, Edom. And it's going back to this point where it says, and power is given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. That's how he spoiled. He spoiled by taking peace from the earth. Going back, it says, and thou wast not spoiled. The so-called white man is not spoiled. Going back to Cain, that same spirit that was in Cain is in Esau, Edom. It says, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. And that's just the nature of the so-called white man. That's how he operates. This is Sirach 12:16. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. So he'll tell you smooth words, the things that you want to hear, but in his mind he's trying to figure out how he can trap you. It says he will weep with his eyes. So he'll give the appearance as if he'll give that humble appearance. It says, but if he find opportunity, he would not be satisfied with blood. And that's just how he moves. He's not going to be satisfied with just getting blood. He got to keep going and keep going. Going back, it says, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. All right. So this is Obadiah 1:7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. All right. So just going back to it says they shall deal treacherously with thee. That word treacherous goes into basically trickery, deceit, backstabbing. So Obadiah 1:7, the men of thy confederacy being going back to Psalm 83, those different nations, Moab, Ammon, Ham, just the different nations. It says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. They all in this together. They consulted together with one consent. It says, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. There's no understanding in the so-called white man, and at the same time, there's no understanding in him about, the situation, because they're doing different like backdoor meetings and stuff like that, without the so-called white man. He's going to be caught unaware, when he's about to fill his belly, he's going to be caught unaware. So Lord willing, those edifying, call Halayim La, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rakakudash. A double honor to the elders and Apostle Great Millstone that taught me the truth and rule well. A much respect to you, brothers, that their person's truth for all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom.